Hey gamers, I am Syber7. Hope we're all well, guys. Back again with another video, and as you can see, I have resumed my position in my trusty old chair in the games corner, where I spend many an hour playing on these TVs behind me. And it's nice to be sitting down again, because the last few weeks I've been doing, obviously, my Super Nintendo pickups, which have been thick and fast, to be honest with you, more so than I imagined. And it isn't over yet, because I do have one more to come. But that will definitely be the last Super Nintendo game for this year, I guarantee you that. But absolutely overwhelmed with how I've done on the Super Nintendo this year. Unbelievable. Picks up some cracking titles for that collection. Very, very happy with that collection. Hopefully it will only get better next year. But that's another video, and that's another game in the future. So this video is technically just to catch up with you guys, just to talk about what I've been up to, what I've got planned for the future in terms of things that I want to do. I've got plenty of pickups, random pickups. It's across the board, so you're just going to see it as I show it, yeah, sort of thing. And as I say, you know, it's just a catch-up video, guys. It's nice to sit down and actually just talk to you guys for a change. But first things first, a bit of the old tea. I've still got the Splatterhouse mug. It's getting a bit dirty inside now, but I like it to be dirty inside because it tastes better. The tea does anyway. Right. Random pickup video slash chat. Now, I don't know how long this is going to go on for, but, you know, hopefully it entertains you guys for as long as it lasts. So where should we start? I say we start with what's behind me. Now, as you can see, there has been a bit of a room change, and there is now 3 TVs behind me. Now, this one over here is my Bang & Olufsen MX4000. This is obviously my LCD screen, which I changed for the 50-inch that I had, and that does me proud. It's big enough for what I need for this room, because this room isn't the biggest room in the world anyway. But I have added a new Bang & Olufsen to the collection, as you can see directly behind me. Now, that is an MX7000 a Bang & Olufsen. Now, the first time I clapped eyes on one of these was when I went to visit Dol, and he had one in his room, and I thought mine was good. And that is an excellent TV, the MX4000, but that is a beast. Beautiful bassy sound on it, quality picture. And I thought, I want one of them. And I thought about it for a while, and then obviously a good couple of months ago now, probably a month and a half ago, my good pal, Daz Cajones Deloro, decided to pick himself one up. And that just reignited my I've got to have one thing. So flicking through eBay, I did actually find one, because with these TVs, you can't find them locally, especially me, because we're living in Birmingham. The closest one I found was in Essex, and I was literally, with these TVs, they're so big they don't post them, so I was going to send a courier to have this TV picked up and then brought back to my home. That would have been the cost, because the TV itself was dirt cheap, they always are. But thankfully, this TV came fully complete, and it had the remote control, because people who in the know about the Bang & Olufsens, the remote controls are worth more than the TV. But thankfully, this had its remote control. And anyway, just digressing a bit, I did, as I said, I was going to pick one up from Essex. So the night before I was going to actually say to this guy, right, I'll send a courier to you, I had a look on eBay again, and I found one literally 20 minutes away from me, and it is absolutely spanking condition. He wanted 50 quid for it, complete with stand, you know, you just understand, so the TV moves and all that. And I thought, I'm having it. So I got up the next day, drove down with the wife, bless her, she got out of bed, she took me down there, give the guy the 50 quid, and this is an absolute beauty. This is the newer model of the MX7000. It's got like the burgundy back, but prime condition, everything works on it, and I was just very happy to get it home. But so it's now behind me as a centerpiece, and that's used for my Neo Geo consoles, my MVS and AES, and obviously this one sticks to the old retro, the SNES and the Mega Drive, or should I say Genesis, and the Sega Saturn. I've got the Sega Saturn now. It's now back under the TV, but I'll come to that in a later video. So, brand new TV, very happy with it, you know, and I can't have no more TVs, that's enough now. I'm very happy with what I've got. Right, TV out the way. What should we talk about next? I'll tell you what, we'll talk about figures. Now, obviously, everybody knows that Star Wars is coming out December, and if you don't know already, I'm a massive fan of Star Wars, hence Boba Fett behind me there. And there's a Stormtrooper over here, the old original Stormtrooper. I may have shown you that one. But anyway, a couple of weeks ago, let's try and stand him up again. It was the official release of the brand new Force Awakens toys for the new Star Wars film. And me being me, I had to pick up something. So, hold that thought. Let's go back probably a month before that. Now, you may have seen this in one of my older videos, but I don't think I've ever showed it yet. Now, if you don't know already, I'm digressing again. Stormtroopers and Boba Fett are my kind of favourite characters within the Star Wars franchise. Always have been, always will be. Now, that one behind me and that one I've just showed you were Toys R Us, not Toys R Us, they were Disney exclusives, which detail-wise are good, you know, they're not too bad, but obviously it's just moulded plastic, and, you know, as I say, detail's brilliant, but not as good as it could be. The best place to get figures with real quality and good detail is Sideshow. Now, I have, in Birmingham, I have a Forbidden Planet by me, and I had a few days off, and I popped in there because it's just relocated to a new shop, and they had this big, massive glass cabinet with tons of like figures in, and I clamped my eyes on this one, and I just could not resist buying it. So, as I say, you may have seen this in a video of my older videos in the background, but I've never actually showed it before. So, what I did, I picked up this, and it's a Sideshow Boba Fett. It's the prototype armor Boba Fett. Now, I haven't taken it out of its case yet, but I'll just show you what I mean. Now, this is the white Boba Fett. It's absolutely pristine white, and it's obviously before he added his colours, but they brought out a figure of him. Now, on the back, you'll see a lot more detailed. It is an absolutely fantastic detailed character. Absolutely superb. I mean, don't get me wrong, this one, let's have a look at this one. And there you go, there's the sound effects. This one's got some good detail on it, but as you can see, it's all moulded, and it is what it is. Can't take the weapons out of his hands or nothing, so it is what it is, but still a good character. But this guy, every weapon is attachable, detachable, everything you can take off, put on him. It's just absolutely superb. And as I say, I will be getting a couple more of these figures in probably the beginning of next year, because they are out for pre-order already. But we'll come into that in another one, in another video. So anyway, that's Boba Fett. Now, the other two I picked up, obviously, on the Star Wars day when they released them. I went into, yet again, I went into Disney Store, and they had probably about 3 or 4 selection of 12-inch figures. So the first one I picked up was Kylo Ren. And as you can see, he's got a whopping sword. He does talk.
I'm immune to the light.
And the best part is, obviously, you won't be able to see it that good, but his lightsaber. So, you know, as I say, he's not absolutely fantastic detail, but Sideshow will be bringing out a better detailed figure of him, but I couldn't resist picking him up. So, he's going to be an interesting character in the new Star Wars. Let's see how he goes. Now, the final one. This is the last of the Star Wars, guys, so I do apologise if you're not Star Wars fanatics. But, as I said, Stormtroopers, I love them. And I loved the original Stormtrooper. You know, I'm a short ass, I'm 5'4", so there's no way I'm ever going to get a Stormtrooper full outfit. I've always wanted a Stormtrooper helmet. One day I will get one before I leave this planet. But anyway, talking about Stormtroopers, I picked up this guy, and as you can see, this is the new style Stormtrooper, and he does talk.
Drop the weapons now.
Not as original and as good a voice as the original Star Wars Stormtroopers, but still you know, detail wise, pretty impressive. As I say, moulded plastic again, and nothing can come off. Actually, this time around, his gun can actually come off, which is a first. I've never seen that before. But anyway, as I say, this one, cheap as chips, but still detailed, and I just had to have it because I love the Stormtroopers. But as I say, I think it's a first order Stormtrooper, that's what they're called. But I will be getting some official sideshow figures of these soon anyway. So there you go, guys. That's the last of the Star Wars for you. Is it? Yeah, it's the last of the Star Wars. So I'll pop him back up there, out the way. Star Wars is over, okay? If you got bored of that, I do apologise. Right, that's figures out the way. Now, before we talk about more gaming, we're going to talk about LPs. Yes, 2 are gaming related, so hold your horses. Trust me, there's only going to be 4 to look at. 2 are game related and 2 are albums which I've recently picked up. 1 being a soundtrack. Well, actually, yeah, 1 being a soundtrack for a movie. 1 being a new album from a band I've followed for many years, and then the other 2 are game related, and you're already going to know what they are already, but I'll get to them in a bit. But first things first, let's talk about this. Now, I've been a massive fan of this band for a long time, a very long time. My dad bought the very first, well, I wouldn't say the very first single they ever did, but he bought a single for me back in the early, I think it's probably about 1980 to be honest with you, and I never looked back, and I've still got that single today, and I still follow the band, not as much as I used to. I mean, this is the first time I bought a new album of theirs since 2001, so you're talking nearly 15 years ago. This is a long gap between them because the albums haven't been great. They changed singer for an album. Tell a lie, I did buy an Iron Maiden album in between. Sorry, I do apologise, but it was for a different singer, Blaze Bayley, when Bruce Dickinson left the band. Now you know who I'm talking about now. But anyway, he come back to the band, and I've done a couple of albums since, but they've just been pretty mediocre. So I thought I'd give this a shot, the latest album, and it is the new Iron Maiden album, The Book of Souls. And I've played it twice. Not bad. Typical Maiden. You know, you've heard Maiden once, you'll know exactly what they're like. But this one is a pretty decent one because it's a triple album. And this is an Amazon exclusive, so I couldn't really resist that. But lovely condition, brilliant artwork as per usual for an Iron Maiden album. You can't beat the Iron Maiden album and the Eddie reincarnations every time you get a new album, mate. But as I say, if you love Iron Maiden, it's worth a shot. Very, very, you know, a good listen. But as I say, it's been a while since I've actually bought an album of theirs. But glad to have it. Going to give it a chance. Going to play a few more times to get my head around it. But still not as good as they was in the late 80s, I've got to admit. I think they've kind of lost the way a little bit, but still, I'm going to keep my faith with the old Maiden. You know, you can't lose faith with the Maiden. But there you go. That's the first album, and that's Iron Maiden Book of Souls. Now, the other one was a bit of a random buy because I watched a film on TV, you go back about 3 weeks now, and I hadn't seen it for years, and I loved it when I was a kid. Now, I loved the soundtrack in the film, and I still haven't got the film actually in my collection, but I've been in the process of trying to find this film. But in the meantime, I thought I'd go and try and find the soundtrack. Now, many of you may have heard of this film, many of you may not, but it's a film actually called Trick or Treat. And it's the band Fastway that actually do the actual soundtrack. But it is a classic, a very, very classic movie. This is absolutely superb. If you're into rock music and you haven't watched this film, trust me, you've got to watch this movie. But as I say, it's like a young rock lad who he kind of brings this character. I think it is more or less like the devil, to be honest with you. Plays his records backwards, and then out pops this dude, and he starts killing people. You got a fair few amount of famous people in it. You know, you've got Ozzy Osbourne and that, and you've got what's his name out of Kiss? I can't think of his name now. Bloody hell, mine's gone dead. Let's have a look. Is it on here? No, it won't be on here. But you know, you got a fair few famous rock stars in it. But film is absolutely fantastic. But the soundtrack is superb. Listening to this again, it's been a while since I've had this. It's the second time I've owned it. When I got it back, I remembered actually owning it when I was younger. But it's in very, very good condition. Fantastic soundtrack. Not to everybody's taste, I must admit, but definitely me being the rock fiend. But there you go. That's the last of the miscellaneous albums. So that's the Trick or Treat soundtrack by Fastway. Now, we start the gaming stuff now, but we're still sticking with albums. Now, obviously, everybody, or a majority of people that I know, have picked these up. And if you've ever been into your soundtracks for games, for me, this is probably the best way you could ever appreciate owning a soundtrack for a game, and it's on LP. Now, obviously, this company called Datadisc come up with an absolutely superb idea of sticking some very, very well-known games soundtracks and put them onto vinyl. And believe me, the first two that I've got, absolutely outstanding. They've just released the next two selections for the collection, and I'm looking forward to them. And I've even give you future details about the other two LPs that they're bringing out. But the first two that came out were number one and number two. Now, obviously, everybody has bought this one, and I'm talking about the one and only Streets of Rage. Yeah, it's the Streets of Rage original soundtrack. Now, this one is I think there was three types. There was the red splatter edition, there was the red vinyl, and then there was the regular black vinyl edition. Now, obviously, firstly I picked up the second album first because I wanted that one, but I regrettably should have really picked the first edition up of this one. But this one is the red vinyl edition. But at the end of the day, it's what's on the disc that counts. But still very, very happy to have the red vinyl version. But you've got yourself a nice little set of posters for the games themselves. That is a much better cover. I do like that. Is the Japanese cover, and that is the PAL and the NTS version. Slide them back in there, and then obviously we've got the red vinyl. This isn't the splatter version, but still doesn't really matter. You know, still very happy to have had the red version of this. But what a brilliant soundtrack! Absolutely superb. Played it, to be honest, far more than the one I originally wanted, and it is very, very strange, but still absolutely very, very happy to own that. Now, let's try and get it back in the bloody cover. Now, the good thing about this is, obviously, for people who are going to be collecting these and are eagerly anticipating the second soundtrack, Streets of Rage 2, the good news is they are actually doing it. But it is not going to be in the next two, which is unfortunate, but that's the way it goes. But still, absolutely brilliant to own the first one. Looking so much to getting hold of Streets of Rage 2 soundtrack, because it is easily one of the best soundtracks again for a game. There's no two ways about that. But I'll talk about a little bit more about that in a bit. Let's get disc number 2 out of the way. Now, this is the one I originally ordered as soon as I seen it. Really, really wanted this, and it is Shenmue. Absolutely super. This is. I love Shenmue. I love the soundtrack. Yet again, you have a poster in it, but this is obviously the front cover again. Really nice artwork. Be nice to stick them in a frame. If I've got, well, actually I've got plenty of room in this house. The wife will go mad, but still, stick them in a frame, stick them down the stairs. Happy days. But anyway, now this is the second vinyl. Now, personally, I would have just preferred this just plain blue, because the dyeing effect on it is nowhere near as good as the splatter effect in Streets of Rage. And as you can see, it's just like a blob of blue, darker blue, within the light blue disc. And it's not overly impressive, to be honest with you. I mean, I would have just liked this light blue. That would have been more than enough for me, to be honest with you. But still, It's the music on the disc that counts. Very, very happy to have that. But as I say, I've played this one, but I've played Streets of Rage far more. But thoroughly enjoyed them both. Very, very happy. And I just want to thank Datadisc for even thinking this up, because it's made people go out and buy record players to want to play these soundtracks. And hopefully, as I say, the next two I think is going to be Shinobi 3 / Shinobi 2 if you got the Japanese version for the Mega Drive, and the next one after that is Super Hang-On. So there's going to be some you know, another two classic soundtracks coming out. Now, as I said previous, after that I've mentioned they are bringing Outrun and they are bringing Streets of Rage 2 out, which they're going to be like hotcakes personally. But if I'd have had a choice, Super Hang-On I'm quite happy with, but I would have preferred to have had them bring out Shinobi 1 soundtrack, because I think that one's more nostalgic to me than the number 2, to be honest with you. That's the way I see it. Probably there'll be a few people out there that'll probably agree with me on that one. But still, beggars can't be choosers, and I'm very happy with what they're bringing out. Hopefully in the future they bring out the first game soundtrack. But what I've got to say to you guys is, don't forget the Super Nintendo. Super Nintendo had a fantastic library and a fantastic soundtracks within them games. I mean, I could go on, you know, there's Super Mario, there's Castlevania, there's Donkey Kong Country, unbelievable soundtracks. So hopefully the Datadisc team, they do consider doing some Super Nintendo games for soundtracks in the future. But anyway guys, that's the vinyls over, and that's Datadiscs 1 and 2, and that's Shenmue and Streets of Rage. Right, records over and done with. 22 minutes in, and I ain't even started the games yet, so you're in for a long one. But so what, who cares? Anyway, another drink. Oh, damn, run out. Can you believe it? I can't go anywhere now, I'll just have to wait till later. Now, before we go into this little lot below me, I just want to talk to you about Manchester. Hopefully everybody's going. I'll be heading down there on the Friday night with Daz Cajones Del Oro. We're going to meet up with a good few tubers in the Trafford Centre, have something to eat, hit the Namco arcade and have a good old time, and then hopefully see a majority of you actually in Manchester for Play Expo. Looking forward to it. Hopefully it's going to be a little bit more and, you know, in terms of like stalls and that, because disappointing in Blackpool, you know, I know it's in the past, what's done is done, but hopefully they think about what they did, and you know, we get some good stalls, get some decent games. But I think it's become, for me now, I think it's become more of the interaction, to go down and see people rather than going actually for the game hunting now, to be honest with you. That's what it's become for me, because as I say, when I go there, it's very far and few between that I actually find a game. In the last couple of years I've been anywhere really, Blackpool or Manchester, that I actually find something I really want. So, you know, here's the hoping when I get there. If I pick something up, great. If I don't, I don't. But as I say, as long as I can get down and interact with you guys when I'm there, say hello, have a beer, whatever the case may be, that's the way it is for me now. I do prefer to go down and just interact with the YouTubers and the gamers, and just chat shit basically. But it's all enjoyable, and I look forward to it. So if you're at Manchester, guys, look for a hat. I'll be wearing one of 20 different caps that I've got. I may even buy another one, no doubt. But anyway, guys, enough of the Manchester. See you there if you're there. Hope to see you there. And let's have a good time and a good weekend down there. Right, let's talk about pickups, right? Let's get that one out of the way. Firstly, let's talk PS3. Yeah, PS3. Weird, but true. Over the last couple of months, I've picked up a few more PS3 games. I ain't going to go into detail. I'm just going to show you what they are, because at the end of the day, not everybody's into the PS3. But, you know, games are becoming cheaper, and games that I've wanted back in the collection, due to circumstances of me getting rid of them in the first place, but I'll come to that. I just thought I'll pick them up because they're so cheap and pop them back into the collection. So, let's talk about... I'm back. Let's talk about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 PS3 games. Now the first are a trilogy I used to have for the Xbox 360, which I sold because my love for that console died. So I got rid of everything on that console. But there were 3 games on there I really liked and I wanted back. So I left it for a time, and I just went to CEX and found them for dirt cheap, to be honest. But I'm talking about these ones, the BioShock collection. So I picked up BioShock 1 in a nice slipcase. Happy to have that back. Absolutely love that game when I first played it. So looking to get back into that one. And then I picked up, obviously, BioShock 2. And finally, one I've never played, which made me get the trilogy in the first place, which is BioShock Infinite. Now this one I'm really looking forward to playing. Very good reviews in the past about this, but as I say, it's having the time to sit down and play the things. But very happy to have all 3 of these in the collection again. Because as I say, I originally had these on the box sets for the 360, but as I say, the console kept on dying on me. I just had no luck with the system, so I thought, get rid. And now I've got them cheap as chips from CEX. I think that one cost me £2. That one cost me about £3, and that one cost me about £4. So super cheap. But happy to have that trilogy in the collection anyway. And then these ones I literally picked up randomly from my local supermarket. They had a sale on Asda, and I did initially pick up 4, I think, but one's gone to my nephew. But I picked up Rayman Legends, which I'm really looking forward to playing. Champion 2D Rob said this was a pretty good game, so I'm looking forward to seeing what this is like. I got Rayman Origins and I did like that one, so I'm looking forward to giving this one a go. And that was like about £8, I think. And then again, my 360 had all my Assassin's Creeds on there, so I've now got rid of all those. So I've restarted to get them again. I can get the rest from CEX for between £2 and £4 anyway. But I picked these up brand spanking new. I picked Assassin's Creed Black Flag up, which I'm looking forward to getting into because I had the big massive box set of this on the 360 originally. But I'm glad to see the back of it and just have it on an all single disc PS3. Looking forward to playing that one. And then another one if never played, which is Assassin's Creed Rogue, which is a spin-off. And yeah, whether it's any good, I don't know. But you know, I didn't pay the earth for these. I think it was about £7 brand new. So very happy to have that one in the collection. And that is my PS3. See, nice and quick. I didn't want to get, you know, bore you too much. But anyway, PS3 titles, glad to have them. As I say, I will be finishing off the Assassin's Creed, getting more on the PS3. So I've got the whole collection. Now let's move on to one PS4 game. Now this game, very much looking forward to playing. If you're into your, what was it? Beyond Two Souls and what was the other one? I can't think of it now. Oh, it's totally left my head. Anyway, it's them interactive games, you know what I mean. You don't do much in them, you just have to decide which way to go, blah blah blah, you know what I'm talking about. But if you've played Beyond Two Souls, you know exactly the kind of game style I'm talking about. So I've picked myself up Until Dawn on the PS4. Now obviously, sorry, this is got the thingy still on it, but it's a steelbook version. Very very nice little steelbook there. Apparently this is quite short. I think it's got numerous endings, which is a good thing because at least there's a lot of playability in it. Loving the fact that the realism of this game looks absolutely amazing. So I'm expecting not big things from it, but I'm expecting some good jumps and some scary moments in it. So I'll be playing this alone on the night on my own. So I'll be waking them up screaming in like fear. Maybe not, but anyway, but yeah, very very happy to have that one. Until Dawn steelbook. Sorry about the glare, guys, but you know what I'm like with the protective covers on them. But yeah, nice steelbook. Looking forward to giving that a shot. I might try and play that and do like a video of it as I'm playing it, sort of thing. We'll see how we go. But looking forward to playing that, guys. So there's the glary version of Until Dawn for PS4. Very happy to have that one. Right now, going back to this game. Metal Gear The Phantom Pain, I did say I was going to pick something up for it, and I did. Slide it across. I do like my player's guides, as you know, so I've managed to pick this one up. This is the player's guide for The Phantom Pain. Beautiful hardbook edition. As I say, I do pick up Metal Gear, and I do pick up Biohazard / Resident Evil ones as well. But I also am kind of big on picking up the Assassin's Creed ones as well, because I always get those in special edition hardbacks. And now I'm glad I kept them, because I've still got them downstairs, so they'll go with the games that I picked up for the PS3. But yeah, well happy to have that. So yeah, I've started the game. I haven't got very far. I've done the first scenario, and apart from that, I just haven't got any further into it. So this loading screen is about as far as I've seen in the last 2 weeks because of work, because it's been mental and I just haven't had time. And this is a day off for me. I've had 2 days off beginning of the week. I thought, you know what, I need it. I was sick to death of working my ass off. Yeah, it's got me things, you know, it's got me a few games. I've sorted some, you know, bills out and things like that. But you know, it's not everything. I've got to sit down and just relax and enjoy. I'm not getting any younger, trust me. So yeah, a couple of days off, guys. So this is why this video's been done. But anyway, there you go, guys. There is the Phantom Pain, a hardback edition, absolutely superb. Won't be using it until I've done the game. I always get these, do the game, and then go for it afterwards to see what I've missed out, which is going to be plenty, and you know that yourself. Right, now another random thing I got through. This was from Game, which I didn't expect. Our mum said, "Oh, you've had this weird, like, flat parcel come through." I went, "Oh, yeah." So I got it, and it was this, which was a Phantom Pain poster. I think Game must have sent this through as like an extra bonus for pre-ordering a game from them. But as you can see, it's very graphic and very bloody, but a brilliant little poster. And yet another one to go on the wall. Mrs. is not going to love me, I tell you. But I'll have to get a frame for that and keep that in a frame. So there you go, guys. That's the Phantom Pain. You didn't see anything on there. The Phantom Pain poster. So that's all the... No, it didn't. That's the PS3, PS4 done. Okay, so last modern item. Everybody's got this who's got a Nintendo Wii. Mine ain't even been opened yet. But yep, I've got this, obviously. The Super Mario Maker. I've heard a lot of good things about this. It is a fantastic little box set. I love the box sets for these, I do. Obviously, you can see I've got another one to the Amiibo collection. I will be picking up the Modern Mario, which I've been having quite difficulty getting. Now, it's sold out on the Nintendo store, but I don't know if it's actually been sold out or it's not been released yet. I ain't too sure, but... you know, the American, I've been looking for the American version of it, and they're asking like 30 quid a pop for them, so whether I get one or not, I'm going to have to anyway, because, you know, as I say, yet to show them all, but I've still got, you know, still collecting the Amiibos. But anyway, fantastic, glad to have this. Got to unrip it open and just like, see how it plays. As I say, I played Mario as a kid, but not as intensely as a lot of people you out there did. Because I was more Commodore 64, and at the time, you know, I didn't have no NES. And I went straight to the Super Nintendo for me, really. Super Nintendo and Mega Drive were my first 2 real consoles. So I really missed out on the NES big time. So anyway, yeah, very, very happy to have that. Got the old badge with it as well, which some people have lost or just haven't received. But still, fantastic little item. Another great game to my Wii collection. So that's Super Mario Maker. And then we've got 2 final games, and it's all done and dusted after nearly 35 minutes. Now these 2, before I go into these, I'm going to talk about this console. Now it's the Mega Drive, but not. I've got 2 Japanese Mega Drive games here, because I've come to the conclusion that I'm not a fan of the PAL anymore, the PAL Mega Drive. So I've sold about 30 games of my PAL, all the games that I just never played, and I kept the best. Now yesterday I put all the rest on there, apart from 4 games which I'm keeping of the PAL collection. 4 games that I really do like. So if I get them on Japanese, or I can get them on the Genesis version, I will swap them out. But I'm now concentrating more on the Japanese and the Genesis games in future. All my pals gone. I got rid of me. Thankfully, me Asian PAL Mega Drive, which I really weren't impressed with anyway. Glad to see the back of that, and glad to see, you know, realistically the back of the PAL games. I just didn't play them, so I couldn't see the point. So I'm just going to stick to the Japanese and the Genesis in future. Runs faster, plays better. But anyway, let's talk about the next two games that I picked up. Now these were, I do scour the Japanese Mega Drive games every now and again, and I come across these pair, and they are two games I wanted in the collection anyway. And this is, firstly, it's Mercs. Now I don't know whether this is Mercs 2, as it says it must be Mercs 2, but is it Mercs 2 and it's Mercs 1 over here? I don't know, but still, nice little top-down shooting arcade classic game. Sorry about the glare, but they are in protective sleeves and I'm not bothering to take them out. But perfect nick. Really enjoyable game. Absolutely love this game. Very happy to have that one. And then last but not least, the final game of this entire episode of what should we call it? I don't know. Syber pickups. It can't be the Syber Sunday pickups, because I used to do that years ago when I very first started. But anyway, forget that crap. I picked up a shooter for the system, and it is Heavy Unit. This is supposed to be a very, very good game. This is like a mech slash, like a spaceship that turns into a mech sort of thing. So this one can be quite dear, but I found it for a very reasonable price. Sorry about the glare, but I'm not taking it out. Yeah, look close for you. But still, very, very good game. Very happy to add them to the collection. There are a good couple of games that I do want on the Genesis or the Japanese game, because I want the Castlevanias back, I want the Contra, but I do want them Japanese. There are a couple of exclusives on the Genesis, like I do want Gargoyles, and I do want what's the other one? Rolling Thunder 3. I definitely want them. As I say, what I've got rid of in the PAL that I can't, that I, you know, that I haven't got and I want back. So like I've got rid of Road Rash, I've got rid of me Rolling Thunder 2. I'll get Rolling Thunder 2 in Japanese, and I'll get Road Rash 3 on the Genesis, because I've got the other two. So I'll stick to my Genesis and my Japanese in future. But guys, that is that at 37 minutes. I hope you're still here. Hope you enjoyed what you were seeing. I'll try to go through it not too quick, but fast enough to keep your attention, if that's, you know, if you know what I mean. But anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it there. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I'm just going to kick back now, grab myself another cup of tea, because I am dry for doing all this yakking. And there may be another video next week. I've still got 3 more games to get for the Master System, and I'll have another 10 games up for you soon, guys. As I say, I got 1 more Super Nintendo coming, and I hope to see you in Manchester either next Friday or on the Saturday. So guys, I'm going to leave it there. Thanks for watching. Do sub, and also do subscribe. Do sub and do subscribe. You know what I mean. And also do leave some comments, because I do leave comments now. I know it takes me some time, but I get there, and I have left comments in the last few videos. So guys, thanks for your support. As I say, sub, leave comments, and thanks to you guys also who's subbed recently to my channel. I hope you enjoyed my content. Hope you still enjoy my content. And sorry about that cut there, guys. Just as I was about to end my video, a certain Retro Dave decided to ring me. So it ended my video abruptly, so I've had to like snip this bit in at the end. So I've been and made a cup of tea. So as I was saying, guys, I hope to see you in Manchester, and I'm going to leave it there, guys. So as always, I am Cybersnake7. Keep playing, guys, and always keep watching. All the best.